This is a very special Mother's Day for Yvonne Montiano. For 17 years, she has sought help for her son, Freddie. He's wheelchair-bound, unable to speak, and because of involuntary spasms caused by a mysterious neurological disease, he had been harming himself with bites and striking objects. But at long last, Yvonne found some answers and relief at the Dell Children's Medical Center.
It's been really challenging, really hard. But at the same time, I think when you do things with love, you can always do your best. It was very frustrating because we wanted so badly to help our child. So it was really frustrating, but we never gave up.
It's been a long road for Yvonne Montiano and Freddie, searching for answers to his disease, an apparent subtype of cerebral palsy. He cannot speak, but understands 3 languages, and he communicates with his mom.
He communicates by smiling when he agrees to something. If he's uncomfortable, he would cry or yell, and with his eyes.
See it for yourself.
A lot of dogs here today. You like the dogs? Yes?
Crisscrossing Mexico and the U.S., Yvonne tried everything. Water therapy with dolphins, spinal taps and biopsies, electropunctures, Chinese medicines, phototherapy, surgery, blood transfusions, spiritual healers, and 3 exorcisms. Nothing worked. And then Freddie began hurting himself with involuntary neurological spasms.
It was so difficult to see him suffering so much, and he didn't want to hurt himself. That was really odd. It was really weird. So when you cannot find scientific explanations to things, to just ask whatever you need, wherever you need to go, you do that.
For the past 5 years, Freddie has received various treatments at the Dell Children's Medical Center, but even they could not crack the code of his disease.
We haven't defined exactly what it is that's wrong with him, so yeah, I'd say it's exceptionally rare. I've never met another child who has the same kind of problem that Freddie has. He was really driven to repeatedly carry out movements that induced pain, and they were obviously painful and obviously harmful.
Finally, Dell neurosurgeons recommended deep brain stimulation, a rare procedure for non-adults. Yvonne was reluctant.
All of his tests are normal, so even brain tests were all normal. So we didn't want to touch a part of his body that we didn't know if it was damaged or not.
Desperate, Yvonne eventually gave the go-ahead. 2 electrodes were planted in the deep core of Freddie's brain to calm down the neurons that were triggering his spasmodic, violent behavior.
By taking away a lot of his involuntary movements, that he has gained some voluntary movement control, which is an added benefit even beyond what we had hoped for.
Doctors can use a remote control to tweak the settings for the electrodes, changing the impulse, frequency, and power of the signals. Yvonne has a similar device to control settings at home.
Freddie's mom will tell you he has one setting that they call the happy setting and one setting they call the calm setting, because he behaves differently depending on which setting is activated.
The change in Freddie was immediate and obvious.
Right now, we came to a point where he is stable, and that is the most wonderful word I can say, stability. It's been life-changing, completely. I mean, his worst symptoms are now controlled, and I think that is a total blessing, because his self-destructive behavior stopped completely.
All this is depicted in the book Extra Special, available on Amazon, proceeds to help medical expenses. Freddie will likely never walk or speak or live a normal lifespan, but he's no longer harming himself. A blessing.
This is the best, yes. The best day, Mother's Day ever, of course.
All the best, Freddie, and happy Mother's Day, Yvonne. She's a singer.